Let's solve this quadratic equation. Now notice that it is quadratic, it's second degree. We've got all the terms on the left side and 0 on the right. So we're going to try to solve this by factoring. So let's factor the left side here. We will get, let's set up our two parentheses and write equals 0. We don't want to forget equals 0. Let's factor it as x and x. I'm going to try 9 and 4 with a plus 9 and a minus 4. And from here, we can see that x is equal to negative 9 and positive 4. And just to be sure we know where these come from, let's just do this. Let's do this. We're going to use the zero factor property, which means if we have two quantities, two numbers, and we're multiplying them together and we're getting 0, at least one of them is 0. So this one could be 0 or this one could be 0. So let's write that. So x plus 9, that could be 0, or x minus 4 could be 0. And solving these, we'll subtract 9, getting x equals negative 9. And over here, we're going to add 4. In problem number 7, again, we're going to use a zero factor property. I've got one number multiplying another number, and we're getting 0. So I know one of these has to be 0. So let's see. And just to be sure we know where those are coming from, what we're going to do is think this. Set that 3x plus 10 equals 0. Now, what we're going to do, of course, is to subtract 10, right? So we do the opposite. So that sign's going to change because I need the opposite operation. So we're going to get 3x equals negative 10, and then we're going to divide by the 3. X equals negative 10 over 3. So what we end up doing is changing the sign of the constant, right, because we do the opposite operation, and then we divide because we have a multiplication. In problem number 8, we cannot yet use the zero factor property because we're multiplying one number and another, but we're not getting 0. So just keep in mind here, we don't want to get going too fast and inadvertently write x equals negative 5 and negative 4. This is not going to work. That's only going to work if we had a 0 out here, but we don't. So let's erase all that silly stuff. And let's multiply this out. So we're going to get x squared plus 9x plus 20 equals 6. This is quadratic, right? It's quadratic. So let's get everything on one side, 0 on the other, and see if we can factor this. So this will be x squared plus 9x. Now 20 minus 6 is 14 equals 0. We can factor this side over here, getting x and x. How about if we use 14 and 1 is not going to work, but 7 and 2 will. So plus and plus. Don't forget to equal 0. And from here we can see x is equal to negative 7 and negative 2.